3.5 minutes, the market opens, and you'll see a nice gain when it does open. Look at that NASDAQ go. And the frenzy stocks, they're on the upside this morning, especially GameStop, now up 12%. David Nicholas is back with us this morning. Are we in for a new round of frenzied trading? And if so, are you buying in?
Well, Stuart, we could be. I mean, if you look at the performance of GameStop, but this is a little bit different from what it was a couple of months ago. If you just look at GameStop, you guys were talking about it this morning. But Cohen, the former co-founder of Chewy, he's been placed in command of the strategic planning and capital allocation committee to try to get GameStop from a brick and mortar store into an online mega marketplace. So there's really a value story that's here at play. But if you look at, just take the Buzz ETF that was started with Dave Portnoy, that tracks some of these stocks. Do you know what the largest holding is in that ETF? It's Ford stock. Okay, Ford's trading at 11 times Ford PE. That's not exactly irrational exuberance. There's real value there. So I think we could see some of these names move higher, but we're seeing more quality in the names that are moving higher. So I think that's good for the overall market.
Would you put your clients into GameStop?
Yeah, gosh, Stuart, probably not, right? There's still a lot of volatility. My clients don't like that type of volatility, but if you have the risk tolerance for it, you might take a swing at it.
Okay, would you put your clients into Bitcoin because it's got $1 trillion valuation on it now?
Well, Stuart, yes. If you can tell me an asset class that's done better than Bitcoin this year, maybe I'll reconsider, but it doesn't exist. I mean, if you look at financials are up 17% year to date. Energy's up 40% year to date, but that doesn't even compare to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up almost 90% year to date. I mean, we're living in an area where central banks around the world are printing trillions of dollars of just made up money. We get inflation. And so investors are looking at Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, even more than gold. Have you seen gold? Gold's down 12% year to date. I mean, that is a pathetic performance for gold this year. So I don't know. Bill Gates and Janet Yellen, they like to talk down Bitcoin, but every time they do, retail investors come in and they buy up more Bitcoin. So you may not like Bitcoin, but you can't argue with the stellar performance that we've seen this year.
See, that was the point of my question. Should we be now jumping on board the retail investor, moving out of the old line classics, big tech and the industrial companies, and moving into the hot stocks really liked by the retailers? There's a market shift there. Should we be on board? Last 20 seconds to you.
Well, normally what we see in recoveries is the high beta, low quality stocks do really well on the front end of recovery. I think we're seeing a switch to value. Retail investors are in control right now, but if you look at their names that they're buying, it's not the high flyers. They're now buying the names with value. So I think I want to invest alongside that for sure. Names like Ford, some of the names that have some really deep value, financials and energy right now.
We hear you. David, thanks for joining us. Take that risk if you must.